Greetings, viewers of all races, sexualities, genders, nationalities, and species. Today we will be doing a news update for Wednesday, April 22nd, 2020. Today, in history, in the past week or so actually, protests have been going on against coronavirus shutdown, and many of these say that reopening the economy is more important than keeping our citizens safe and making sure that the pandemic ends before reopening everything. Now, most of them are Trump supporters, and Trump himself has claimed things such as that states should be liberated. He seems to think that personal liberties, extraneous personal liberties that honestly really don't even matter that much, should be fought for at the cost of millions of people in the long run. And also, because of the shutdown of the coronavirus, people have been using a lot of video conferencing software that just refuses to work. The Onion did a satirical report on it, which basically shows how bad it is. It's Zoom meetings and like Google Meet, they don't work for super large meetings. Everyone gets pixelated. The audio quality sounds like it's from 1995. It's just a really bad thing. But it's the only thing we have left, honestly. It's really the only way we have to communicate, so we just have to keep going with it. And of course, coronavirus is dominating the news. However, there is some good news that is going on. Cody Johnston did a video on it, on good news that's going on. Apparently, pandas have been taken off the endangered species list, and there's a cleanup effort going on to eliminate the Great Pacific Garbage Patch. So it seems we're finally taking a few steps in the right direction when it comes to, environmental cleanup. It seems that humanity is finally becoming a more enlightened species, and that gives me hope. And unfortunately, many people still cannot seem to grasp the dire situation that's going on. Many, of course, right-wing radicals and Christians, supremacists like Matt Shea, and other just nut jobs, Christian nut jobs like Kenneth Copeland, have been doing things that they think will help solve the coronavirus, like praying and just magically blowing it away, even though nothing has ever been solved like that. And honestly, it just doesn't seem reasonable at all. I mean, how could someone think that way? I mean, it just shocks me that some people still cling on to that thing that, it'll just go away. And of course, Trump, he has even said stuff like this back in February when nobody was doing enough about the virus, except for some very few enlightened people. And even in late February, Trump was still denying that it was a serious problem. Oh, it'll just go away in April. And then now he's claiming that he was one of the first people to be concerned about the coronavirus. But of course, 1 minute of video footage will prove that wrong. Well, there's really not much to talk about. I'm in quarantine right now. I hope the rest of you watching this are currently watching this in the safety of your own homes and not out and about. If you are out and about, though, because you need to be out and about, I really hope that you are wearing a mask and staying at least 6 feet away from other humans. That is the best way we can combat the virus, and we must do this for a while. Of course, the coronavirus cases have started to flatten out, and like my home state, Washington, coronavirus cases have peaked and are now leveling off. So, the best quote to represent the efforts we have to stop the coronavirus is, it's worked so far, but we're not out yet. It's from Star Trek, an old episode of Star Trek, but it's very relevant because, I mean, what we're doing is working so far, but we can't lift the restrictions yet. We have to keep doing this for a couple more months, and hopefully we can lift some of the restrictions without creating the risk of creating a second wave of the virus. We saw this 102 years ago during the Spanish flu pandemic, that there was a second wave of the virus because people thought that it was safe finally, but it was only the calm before the storm. And most of the deaths actually happened during that second wave when people thought it was safe. So we must not be fooled. We must continue doing what we're doing until we know for a fact, and scientists and healthcare professionals are telling us that it is okay to go outside and that it's okay to relieve social distancing measures. So far, no scientists or actual researchers have come forward with that. Unfortunately, some states like Georgia are lifting the restrictions on Friday, which at the time I'm recording this is 2 days from now. And that means that cases over there will unfortunately at least have a small spike. If you've seen the maps with the bubbles representing coronavirus cases, be prepared for those bubbles in the southeastern United States to become quite a lot larger. So, but I feel like something positive can come out of the coronavirus pandemic. It has taught us how broken our healthcare system is in the United States, how broken our environment is, and how by taking action we can solve some of those problems. And the coronavirus pandemic isn't really the cause of it, but in spite of it, we have overcome the problems that have come about. So I feel like something positive might come out of this. I feel like I like to compare it to the Bell Riots of Star Trek, and I've talked about this on one of my other really bad videos, the one I posted on New Year's Day. That was terrible. I don't know why I even posted that. But the Bell Riots, of course, in Star Trek, really give a wake-up call to people of, we need to do something about some of these problems. And that's exactly what the coronavirus pandemic is doing for us right now. And hopefully we'll start to turn things in the right direction and finally realize the problems, the social problems we have today, and work towards a solution that work for all of us. So, I'm almost out of time. I hope you enjoyed today's episode. Sorry I couldn't post for a couple of weeks. I missed a couple of weeks. I was swamped with work. I could not find any time at all to do these recordings, so I'm able to do them now. So anyways, I hope you enjoyed. Remember, stay indoors, wear a mask, stay 6 feet apart, but most importantly, stay hopeful. Hero Brian out.